Let's talk about Afghanistan and how Biden completely botched it. No, I'm not talking about the pullout itself. I'm talking about what he did before and what he did after, or what he didn't do. First, let's get one thing out of the way. No one, not Republicans or Democrats, was happy with the chaotic and oftentimes tragic withdrawal from Afghanistan. Mistakes were made, absolutely. Okay, great, we all agree. So let's move on how to talk about and how to fight for what we believe in. So, before the botched pullout, Biden made a mistake by not prepping the country that this could be a hard withdrawal. He was dealt a bad hand by the terms of the deal made by Trump.
When I came to office, I inherited a diplomatic agreement duly negotiated between the government of the United States and the Taliban.
But Biden still did the right thing by withdrawing the troops. He did the right thing. But Biden should have let us know that Trump agreed to release thousands of Taliban prisoners beforehand, that Trump's own national security advisor, H.R. McMaster's, called the deal a surrender because it didn't even include the Afghanistan government, and that the deal legitimized the Taliban and didn't even stop them from attacking their government or harboring al-Qaeda. Biden should have told this to the American people or tweaked the deal.
It's perhaps not what I would have negotiated myself, but it was an agreement made by the United States government.
But with a Trump deadline set in place, changes to the deal would have required Biden to send in more troops into a hot war. He did his best with the shit cards he was dealt. And then all this shit happened. Yeah, it sucked. But Biden was the first president to withdraw troops since Nixon 50 years ago. That took strength and resolve. Point scored, Democrats. But it wasn't perfect. So what did Dems do? Run! Hide! Ah! This is when Biden's ratings fell. Instead of dealing with this and working on it, he tried to move on and ignore it. When you resist, it persists. We lost 13 heroic soldiers. But did you know we lost 45 troops in Afghanistan while Trump was president? Oh no? Well, that's because Dems didn't frame that for us. After the pullout debacle, Biden should have again talked about the tough hand we were dealt. He should have laid some blame and taken full responsibility. Do both. The other side is going to slam you regardless. Whenever bad things happen to Biden and the Dems, they have this reflex where they pretend the bad thing didn't happen. They don't talk about it. They don't address the issues. That is a display of weakness. The withdrawal from Afghanistan was a triumph of strength and resolve by Biden. Yes, things went wrong, so talk about that. The whole reason we were leaving in the first place is because of 20 years of wrong, 20 years of death, destruction, and a drain on America's resources. Biden's refusal to discuss this holistically allowed the focus to be just on the 13 soldiers in the withdrawal. It allowed us to memory hold the previous fucked up 20 years, just like we memory hold COVID. Dems should have had an earnest and public reckoning of the Congressional After Action report to show that they were still on top of things and accountable. Biden should have persistently discussed the American heroes who died during the withdrawal, mention their names, and honor their final sacrifice that let us be free of this burden. The point is, Biden and the Democrats should not have hidden from the withdrawal simply because it went sideways. They still pulled out. That is the headline. By hiding from it, they lost a key tentpole of achievement, the same way they did in 2010 by hiding from the passage of Obamacare. Remember, in politics, fighting isn't about throwing a punch, it's about taking a punch and punching back. Lay out your values, own your mistakes, and push back against criticism by saying it was the right thing to do. So when the media comes back with a reverse kick and they say, "Would you do it again, knowing what happened?" Now Dems can stand tall, strengthen their spine, having acknowledged their mistakes, and say, "Yeah, I said it."